Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Namaskar. Namaskar. Hello, everyone. Very, very, very happy to see you all again. Hi, Dr. Tom. Good morning. Nice to see you all. Very happy.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. In today's call, we will have some announcement, some special information, exciting information. But before that, we will complete our education session quickly, and then we will talk. We will, yeah, we will see what's that. Many of us will be happy. Many opportunities, many things, many possibilities. We will see. But before that, I request Dr. Komal and Cornelia to continue this session. And then after their class, we will have question answer, and then we will come to this part. Dr. Komal and Cornelia, please.
Yes. So namaste everyone, and good to see all of you again in another session. So we are continuing with the herbs part and the herbal supplements. Before that, we start with our prayer to Lord Dhanvantari and the masters. Dhanvantare Garuchi Dhanvantare Ritaru Dhanvantari Bhavasudha भान्वन्तरावसथ मन्वन्तराधिकृत तन्वन्तरौषधनिधे धन्वन्तरङ्ग शुभ धन्वन्तमादिशु वितन्वमाब्दितनया सुन्वन्त कात्मरुद तन्वन्तरावयव तन्वन्तरा त्रिजलधौ ॐ चन्द्रौगकार्तिममृतात्मकरै जगन्ति सञ्जीवयन्तममितात्मसुखं परेशम् ज्ञानं सदा कलशमेव च सन्दधानं शीतांशुमण्डलगतं स्मरतात्मसंस्था अज्ञानदुःखभयरोगमहाविषाणि योगो यमाशु विनिहन्ति सुखं च दद्यात् यन्मादविभ्रमहर परतश्च सान्द्र स्वानन्दमेव पदमापयति स्म नित्यम् ॐ श्री धन्वन्तरये नमः. So with this, we start our today's sessions by seeking blessings of the Siddhaveda lineage, the great masters Vaidya Jivaka, Baba Ramdas Ji, Pankaj Sir, Smita Madam, my Guru, Sadguru Veda Bharati Maharaj. And with that, we start our today's session. Yes. So next slide. Yes, next slide. We are going to learn today about the herbs. Like This is in continuation to our previous sessions. So now we are going to learn about the herbs Sharapunkha. These are the names, Sanskrit names. And in the bracket, there are the scientific names. That is Tephrosia purpurea, Bhumi amalki, which is Phyllanthus niruri, Kala megha, which is Andrographis paniculata, Gokshur, Tribulus terrestris, then Varun, Cratavia nervula, Yavakshar, potassium carbonate, and then the herbal supplements that contain these herbs like Livtone, Reguliv tablet, Ketone, and Utone tablet. So we are going to study about all these herbs and herbal supplements. Next slide, please. Yes. So we are going to study the herbs and herbal remedies useful for the liver conditions, the spleen disorders, and the gallbladder related health conditions. So basically focusing on these organs, that is liver, spleen, and gallbladder, we are going to study the herbal supplements and the herbs that they contain. Next slide. So first herb is Sharapunkha. So as you can see in the picture, Sharapunkha, the Latin name is Tephrosia purpurea and English name is purple purpurea. So you can see in the slide, Sharapunkha. Next slide, please. So Sharapunkha, the taste that it contains predominantly is bitter, that is tikta, astringent, that is kashai, and pungent, that is katu. So basically, Sharapunkha predominantly or primarily is bitter, astringent, and pungent. Then, if we look at the potency or the virya, the potency is hot, that is Ushna. Then Vipak. Vipak is pungent or katu, and it acts basically on the doshas in a way where it reduces the vata dosh and kapha dosh. So there are the types of vata dosh, as we know, the 5 types, and the 5 types of kapha dosh. So Sharapunkha basically acts on this vata and kapha dosh. And regarding the dhatus, predominantly it acts on the rasa dhatu and rakta dhatu. Rasa dhatu, we can correlate it. It is not exactly, but we can correlate it with the plasma. And rakta dhatu is the blood. So next slide. Sharapunkha, if we look at the actions, so basically Sharapunkha optimizes the bile secretion. It has anti-inflammatory action on liver and spleen. It is a very good diuretic and it helps in wound healing. So Sharapunkha actually has a very good action on basically the spleen. If we look in the scriptures, Sharapunkha is said to be plihagna. Pliha means spleen and plihagna means to pacify the disorders of spleen. So whenever there is some disorders related to spleen and also liver, some inflammation, and basically we know that the liver and spleen, whenever there is inflammation, it affects the whole body. And there are then a chain of disorders that forms later and it manifests. So Sharapunkha is one such herb which helps to reduce the inflammation of the liver and spleen, which is very important. And also it acts on the, optimizes the secretion of the bile. And it helps as a diuretic and wound healing. So these are the basic actions of Sharapunkha. Next slide, please. So if we look at the Ayushakti supplements that contain Sharapunkha, so as given in the picture, the Livtone tablet. So the Livtone tablet, it contains 45 milligrams of Sharapunkha. And as we know, or the Livtone tablet, it is very good. It acts on several conditions, which we are going to study in this session later. Next slide, please. Next herb is Bhumi amalki. So Amalki we have studied, which is the Avla that we know, Indian gooseberry. Now this is another herb, which is Bhumi Amalki, and the Latin name is Phyllanthus neruri. English name is called as Gale of the Wind. So according to the local places, the names that are referred, we have given here. So English name generally Bhumi Amalki is referred as Gale of the Wind. Next slide, please. So Bhumi Amalki, the main taste or rasa is astringent, that is kashaya. It is bitter also, that is tikta, and sweet, madhur. So predominantly astringent, bitter, and sweet. The potency is cold. Then the vipak is sweet. So just I will revise what is vipak, and you also try to recollect what is vipak as we are learning. Rasa is the main taste, virya is the potency, and vipak, what is vipak is whenever we consume something, the original taste of that particular substance, when it comes in contact with the digestive fire in the stomach and the process of digestion takes place, then the original taste of that substance is transformed into three different tastes. And that three different tastes are sweet. Anybody who can answer? How many types of vipak are there?
3 kinds.
Yes, which are they?
The sweet, madura, sour, amla, and the pungent.
Very good. So these three vipakas are there. So they are also taste, but they are the taste which gets transformed from the original taste after coming in contact with the digestive fire. Then Bhumi Amalki acts basically on the doshas, which is it reduces the kapha dosh and pitta dosh. And regarding the dhatus, it predominantly acts on the rasa dhatu, rakta dhatu, and asthi dhatu. So this is about Bhumi Amalki. Next slide, please. So actions of Bhumi Amalki. So Bhumi Amalki is very useful for hepatic and splenomegaly. So hepatomegaly and splenomegaly are two conditions where the liver and spleen, they get enlarged. Okay. So in these conditions, Bhumi Amalki is very effective. It is useful in conditions like dysuria, useful in conditions like skin disorders, hyperacidity, gastritis, and also it increases the appetite by acting on the digestive fire. So these are basically the actions of Bhumi Amalki. And we can see in the picture the Bhumi Amalki. Next slide, please. So Bhumi Amalki, the Ayushakti supplements that contain Bhumi Amalki, they are Reguliv, 500 mg, Bhumi Amalki is there, and Livtone tablet. So it contains 44 mg of Bhumi Amalki. So Reguliv and Livtone. Next slide, please. Next herb is Kala Megha. So the Latin name here is Andrographis paniculata, and English name is green chireta. So now the names of the herbs, as I have explained earlier in the previous session, sometimes the names of the herbs are given according to the characteristics of that particular herb, or sometimes they are given according to the place where they originate, sometimes according to the action, sometimes according to the properties, and sometimes there is no reason also. So that nomenclature of the herbs is also very scientific. Next slide, please. So Kala Megh, the rasa is bitter, that is tikta. Virya is hot, ushna. Vipak is pungent, that is katu. And regarding the doshas, it produces the kapha and pitta dosh. And it acts on the rakta dhatu. Kala Megha. Okay. Next slide, please. The actions are that it is a good liver stimulant, then it improves appetite, it reduces the liver and spleen enlargement, then it helps in conditions like jaundice, Then also in conditions like fever with rigors and chronic fever, it helps to reduce these conditions. And general debility, to reduce general debility. Kalamegh, if you look at the picture of Kalamegh, it is very delicate. It can be identified easily because it is very delicate and there is a specific structure of the leaves and everything. So this is about Kalamegh. Next slide, please. So the Ayushakti supplement that contains Kalamegh is Livtone tablet, Livtone syrup as well, and Rejuliv tablet. And the quantity of Kalamegh is given here. That is in Livtone tablet, it is 44 mg. In Livtone syrup, it is 33 mg. And in Rejuliv, it is 100 mg. Next slide, please. Livtone. So the Sanskrit name of the herbs that are present in Livtone, they are given in the first column. So first one is Sharapunkha roots ghana. Now I think everybody till now knows what is ghana. What is ghana? Can anybody answer?
It's the extract.
Extract.
Yes, very good, very good. So ghana means extract. Okay. So Sharapunkha, the roots are used in the form of extract in Livtone tablet. And the Latin name is given. And in this third column, there is the quantity in milligrams. Then Haridra Ghana. Haridra is, the very famous turmeric. So which Latin name is Curcuma longa. And the quantity in mg 35. Then Bhumi Amalki. Just now whatever we studied, the three herbs, Sharapunkha, Bhumi Amalki and Kalamegh, they are present in the Livtone tablet in the form of extract, which we call as ghana. Okay. So Bhumi Amalki is Palanthus neruri, again 44 mg. Kalamegh ghana, Andrographis paniculata, 44 mg. So Livtone tablet contains this excellent herbs along with some other herbs also. But today we are studying this Sharapunkha, Bhumi Amalki and Kalamegh. So just now we have studied the actions, and that's why the Livtone tablet has the effect that we are experiencing. So next slide, please. Now we will study about the Livtone tablet as whole. So just now we saw the herbs that are present in Livtone. Today that we are studying, that is Sharapunkha, Bhumi Amalki and Kalamegh. So the Livtone tablet, the basic indication. Now see this name of the tablet, Livtone. So we can understand that it has something to do with the action of the liver, to correct the action of the liver. So basically the indication is in liver disorders. And it is given here like conditions like jaundice, hepatitis, abscess, cirrhosis, viral infections, indigestion, spleen disorders as well, then alcoholism, all these conditions where, the liver is affected. So in all these conditions, Livtone tablet can actually correct that, correct the pathogenesis, whatever has happened in that particular disease, and provide relief. So this is about Livtone tablet. Next slide, please. So when we say Livtone, or when we say any tablet that we are studying, like suppose tablet Rejuliv, or previously whatever we have studied, the different tablets like what we have studied in the previous session, just give the name of the tablets.
Shirshula.
Yes, and
Drustivardak.
yes, Drishtivardak and
Arshana and Kesho Google.
yes. Any more?
Where we saw the Vata conditions with different herbs.
Yes.
Anulam. There was the one with Kokam, which was Superchak, I think.
Yeah.
Chitrak and all those. I mean, there are many herbs. Sorry.
Yes, very good. So why I'm asking this is when we say tablet, for example, when we say Shirashulhar or Pittishamak or Amrutras. So when we are referring to the tablet, what we are referring is the herbs that it contains. Okay. The tablet, how it is made or how it is constituted is because of the herbs that it contains. And that's why we are doing all these things. So live tone, if we say live tone right now, the live tone means the herbs that it contains, the property that it has, and the actions that it contains. That's why we are studying it in this way. So like that, we need to understand what are the constituent herbs that it contains, and then that refers to the name of the tab, that is live tone. So live tone right now, as we saw, Sharapunkha, Haridra, Kalmeg, and Hummi Amalki. So property, if we calculate, it's not very cold or very hot, it's neutral. And dosage in adults, 1 tablet twice daily, and in children, half tablet twice daily. So, and contraindications are not observed. So this is about live tone tablet. So now we have to go steps further. Right now we were studying about herbs till now. Then we are studying about the actions of the herbs, then the herbal supplements. Then now, as soon as we hear the herbal supplement, the things that should come in our mind is the herbs. The quantity is not required. The name is also, the Latin name and everything is not required. Only the name of the herbs and the action. Okay. And dosage and contraindication. So that way we have to learn all these things. Next slide, please. So next tablet, now Rejulive. So as soon as we say Rejulive, so we know Reju means it's regarding rejuvenation, and live means it denotes liver. So basically rejuvenation of the liver. So Rejulive means what? It contains herbs, and which are these herbs? It is given here. Bhumi Amalki, that is Phyllanthus neruri, and the quantity is 500 mg. Then Haridra Ghana, it is written Haldi or Haridra, both are there. Then the Latin name is Curcuma longa, and Guruchi Ghana. Guruchi we have studied earlier, Tinospora cordifolia, and Calamig Ghana, Andrographis paniculata. So that is, the quantities are given in milligrams. So when we say Rejulive, what we are referring to is the herbs like this: Bhumi Amalki, Haridra, Guruchi, and Kalmeg, and even some more, but here we have highlighted these herbs as we are going to study them. Next slide, please. So indications of Rejulive. Now, where to use this Rejulive tablet? So mainly it is useful for any viral conditions related to the liver. Now, according to Ayurveda, liver and spleen, that liver is called as Yakrut and spleen is called as Pliha. Now, this is according to Ayurveda principles that I am now sharing with you. That liver is an organ which is called as Yakrut, and spleen is called as Pliha. And if we look at the origination of both liver and spleen, or Yakrut and Pliha, then according to Acharya Charak and Acharya Sushruta and all the Acharyas, this liver and spleen, they are formed or they originate from the Rakta Dhatu. Understood? They originate from the Rakta Dhatu. So now here we don't have to mix the concepts of modern science and Ayurveda. Whenever we are studying some science, we have to study it according to that science only. Okay. So the liver and spleen, according to Acharya Charak and Acharya Sushruta, they originate from the Rakta Dhatu. The formation takes place from the Rakta Dhatu. Like this, the different organs, for the different organs, they have mentioned that how they originate. Okay, but we will study that as soon as the context is there. But right now, regarding liver and spleen, it originates from the Rakta Dhatu. Now, so any disorder of the liver and spleen definitely will have an impact on the Rakta Dhatu. So like that, we study or diagnose in Ayurveda. So Rakta Dhatu, any imbalance is there, it will directly affect the liver and spleen. And according to modern science also, we observe that the blood range it becomes abnormal, or the quality and quantity it becomes abnormal whenever there is liver and spleen disorder. So this Rejuliv tablet is useful in any viral condition related to liver, alcoholism, rejuvenation in spleen disorders, then rejuvenation in liver disorders like jaundice, hepatitis, abscess, cirrhosis, viral infections, and indigestion. So if we look at jaundice or hepatitis or abscess, all this according to Ayurveda are the disorders that originate by the imbalance of Rakta Dhatu. And because the Rakta Dhatu is vitiated, which we call as Rakta Pradoshaj Vikar, or the diseases originating from the Rakta Dhatu, imbalanced Rakta Dhatu. So the liver and spleen are the main organs that get affected. And these tablets, Livtone and Rejuliv, they correct that action of they pacify that vitiation of Rakta Dhatu, and in turn they correct the functions of liver and spleen. So this is about Rejuliv tablet. Next slide, please. Rejuliv, the property again, if we calculate, it is neutral. The dose in adults is 1 tablet twice daily, and in children it is half tablet twice daily. Contraindications are not there. So this is about Rejuliv tablet. I hope you are understanding, and the things that I'm sharing, they are an addition because you can think in a bigger aspect. Ayurveda is not, just some 10 principles or 20 principles. It is a very infinite list of principles which we have to observe and correlate. One principle, only just one principle, can derive 100 or thousands of principles. So that is actually the beauty of Ayurveda, to observe and to practice. So observing, practice, and then implementation, all these things. It is like a chain of all these things. Next slide, please. So this is a case paper on Livtone tablet, which is published in this journal that is given here. And it was about the hepatoprotective role of polyherbal combination Livtone tablet. So whatever evidence evidence was there regarding Livtone tablets and its action. So actually that Livtone tablet is hepatoprotective. And the study is actually published in a international research paper. So the link is given. You can refer to that afterwards. Next slide, please. Now, case study of Livtone and Rejuliv tablet. So actually, here there was a client called Shubham, and he was a male of 24 years young. And when he came to Ayush Shakti, he was suffering from the symptoms: indigestion, acidity, bloated stomach, and pain in abdomen. So, and his main concern, along with these symptoms, the main concern was that he was having a 4 mm gallbladder stone. So gallbladder stone, again, if we look at the gallbladder and the formation of stones in the gallbladder. So people who tend to follow a lifestyle or tend to eat excessive amounts of pitta increasing food items. Which are the pitta increasing food items? Which are the 3 rasas that if somebody consumes in excess will lead to increase of pitta? Yes, can anybody answer that?
Sour, salty, and pungent.
Yes, very good. Sour, salty, and pungent. So people who tend to excessively consume these 3 types of taste and eat hot food and everything, so it leads to the gallbladder stones according to Ayurveda. So this person, and you can see The acidity is also there, indigestion was also there, everything. So basically, the pitta was more increased, and that led to the formation of stone in such a young age. So he followed the healing path for 3 months, which contained basically mainly the herbal supplement Livtone along with other supplements, but we are studying about Livtone. So basically Livtone was one of the main supplement, and he took the detox and followed a diet plan where he was advised, not to eat excessive amounts of sour, salty and pungent food items and hot food items like chili and uh, the pungent things, masala and everything. So when he followed this, he got the results. And after 3 months, actually, that 4 gallbladder stone was completely gone. And actually, in Ayush Shakti, there are so many patients of gallbladder stones and even kidney stones, and they are getting healed completely. So this is just one of the case study here presented. So with 3 months, as he followed the diet and lifestyle and took the herbal supplements, so the gallbladder stone was completely gone. Next slide, please. This is another case study of regarding Livtone and Rejuliv. So here is a client, Bhupendra. As we can see, he's 68 years, young male, and the symptoms he suffered were also similar to like indigestion, acidity, bloated stomach, and pain in abdomen. And concern was really the 9 gallbladder stone. So in his condition, the gallbladder stone was even bigger, 9 So when he came to Ayush Shakti, and he was quite old, 68 years, he followed the healing path for 3 months again, which contained the customized detox plan according to his prakriti and everything, his complaints or his age and everything. And he followed the diet and lifestyle, and the herbal supplement, including Livtone and Rejuliv, were also given. So after 11 months, his gallbladder stone was reduced to 1 m. So this is really a good case study, because in old age, like 68, we cannot call it as old actually, but according to the lifespan that people have today, so we can call 68 years as old. But in that age also, this tablets, when he took, he got the results in after 11 months, and the stone was reduced to 1 mm. So this is about the Livtone and Rejuliv tablets. This is about the herbs that they contain. This is about the actions of these herbs and the properties. Next slide, please. So now we will study about the herbs and herbal remedies that are useful for kidney related health conditions. Just now we have studied for liver, spleen and gallbladder. Now we will study specifically for kidney. Next slide, please. So first herb is Gokshur. Now we have studied about Apana Vayu or Apana Vata Dosh. Everybody, I think, knows what are the 5 types of Vata Dosh. Please, someone, please revise fast the 5 types of Vata Dosh. Which are they? 5 types of Vata Dosh.
Apana, Vyana, Samana, Udana, and Prana.
Very good. Yes. So Pran, Udan, Saman, Vyan, and Apan. So Apana Vayu. So why I have asked to revise? Because Gokshur is a herb that basically acts on the Apana Vata. So it primarily acts on the Apana Vayu. Okay. So Gokshur, and Latin name is Tribulus terrestris, and the English name is small caltrops. So Gokshur. Next slide, please. So Gokshur, the rasa is sweet, the potency is cold, Vipak is sweet, and regarding the doshas, it reduces all the 3 doshas. And you can see Gokshur in the picture. And the dhatus, it acts on the Rakta dhatu, Mausa dhatu, Meta dhatu, and Shukra dhatu. Next slide, please. So as I told you, Gokshur basically mainly acts on the Apana Vata. So what are the functions of Apana Vayu? I'm asking too many questions today, but please answer. What are the functions of Apana Vayu? Everybody please recollect and answer. Apana Vayu, what it does from the body, what it expels out from the body.
Elimination of semen and menses and urine.
Very good, excellent. Good. Expulsion of the feces, urine, the semen, the menses and everything. So that is basically the action of Apana Vayu. And I told that Gokshur acts on Apana Vayu. That means what Gokshur will help in. So it helps in the disorders of the urine basically. So you can see Gokshur is a good diuretic. It is also, it acts well in the conditions to reduce the condition of dysuria, where there is difficulty in urination or while urination. It has anti-inflammatory action, and mainly it dissolves the calculi, that is the stones, and amorphous calculi. Then conditions like cystitis. Cystitis is the inflammation of the urinary bladder. So it helps to reduce that inflammation and to reduce the general debility or the fatigue. So Gokshur is a very good diuretic. Okay, remember that. Next slide, please. Then the Ayushakti supplement that contains Gokshur is the ketone tablet, and the quantity is given of Gokshur 150 mg. The U-tone tablet, which is also called as uritone tablet, and the quantity is 100 mg. Then the Sandhiyog tablet, Gokshur, the quantity is 44 mg. So these are the different quantities of Gokshur in ketone, U-tone or uritone and Sandhiyog tablet. Next slide, please. Then Varun, the herb Varuna. So Latin name of Varun is Cratavia nervula and English name is three-leaved caper. So if we look at Varun, actually, we can identify it because it has three leaves. That is the main thing to identify that herb. So Varun is called as three-leaved caper. Next slide, please. So the main taste of Varun is bitter or tikta, astringent or kashaya. Then the virya is hot, vipak is pungent, and prabhav. Now we have studied about prabhav. That prabhav is an extraordinary action where, you know, we cannot put the logical reasoning that, you know, this rasa will get converted into this vipak like that. There is no reasoning. That is an extraordinary action. So that is prabhav. So prabhav of Varun is that it destroys the fats and calculi because it has a bhedan action. Bhedan means to penetrate something. So it just destroys the stone or calculi. So that is the action of Varun. That is the prabhav of Varun. Then dosh, regarding the dosh, it reduces the vat and kapha dosh. And regarding the dhatus, it acts on the rakta dhatu, the meda dhatu, and the asti dhatu as well. Next slide, please. Then the action of Varun. So it helps to reduce dysuria. It is useful to reduce the urinary calculi. It is very effective, basically Varun. Then also useful for conditions like to reduce the conditions like pain in bladder or cystitis. So this is the action of Varun. Next slide, please. So the Ayushakti supplement that contains Varun is ketone tablet and U-tone tablet and Sandhiyog tablet. The quantity in mg is given. Next slide, please. Then we go to Yavakshar. Now, Yavakshar is potassium carbonate, or English name is pearl ash. So Yavakshar is used in many of the herbal formulations, and it has also good action that we will study. Next slide, please. The rasa or taste of Yavakshar is pungent, that is katu. The potency is hot or ushna. Vipak is pungent or katu. So see, it is basically pungent, hot, and pungent. Okay. So it produces the doshas vata dosha and kapha dosha. Then basically predominantly acts on rakta dhatu and meda dhatu. And the picture of Yavakshar is given here. Next slide, please. So Yavakshar, because it is hot, pungent and hot, rasa is also pungent, vipak is pungent, and potency is hot. So that's why, because of that potency and that rasa and vipak, it destroys the calculi. It just breaks down the calculi. Understood? So that's why it is useful in conditions like urinary calculi, in conditions like dysuria, and also distended abdomen. So the abdomen can become distended because of when the digestion process or the digestive fire, it is affected. So basically then there are conditions like distended abdomen and the formation of gas and everything. So in these conditions also Yavakshar is very useful. Next slide, please. And the Ayushakti supplement that contains Yavakshar is ketone tablet and utone or uretone tablet. And the quantity in mg is given 15 mg and 21 mg respectively. Next slide, please. So ketone. Now again, as we have studied live tone, so ketone, K refers to kidney. So the Sanskrit name the Sanskrit names are given, that Yavakshar first. So Latin name is Hordeum vulgare. Then Gokshura Ghana, that is Tribulus terrestris, 100 mg. Varuna Ghana, Cretavia nurvula, its quantity is 150 mg. And Shuddha Gugul. So Gugul also we have studied, Balsamodendron mucul. So quantity in mg is 150 mg. So basically the ketone tablet, it contains Yavakshar, Gokshur Ghana, Varuna Ghana, and Shuddha Gugulu. As we have just now saw that Yavakshar, it is hot, pungent and pungent. Rasa vipak is pungent and hot. So it basically breaks the urinary calculi. Gokshur, as I told you, it acts on the apanavat by acting on the expulsion of urine or urinary disorders. Varun, just now we saw, it has a prabhav of acting on the stones. And Shuddha Guguru. So Guguru basically also has a action to break or penetrating action. Next slide, please. So because of all these herbs and their actions, ketone, the tablet, the indications are, it is used in conditions of edema and angina also. Then the urological disorders like polyuria, urolithiasis, nephritis, dysuria, urinary stones, inflammation in the urinary tract, infection in the urinary tract, retention of urine, burning micturition, acute and chronic kidney disorders. So ketone and the herbs that it contains, just remember like that. Next slide, please. So if we calculate the overall property of ketone, combined property of all the herbs, so it's called dosage in adults is 2 tablets twice daily, and in children it is 1 tablet. Contraindications are not observed. So this is about ketone tablet. Next slide, please. So utone tablet. So U again refers to urine or urinary, this. So the herbs that it contains is Gokshur Ghana, okay, then Varuna Ghana, Pashana Bhed. Pashana Bhed is a herbs. Then Shuddha Gugur, as now we have studied. So Pashana Bhed Ghana is Saxifraga ligulata, Latin name. So Pashana Bhed. Next slide, please. So utone tablet, basically because of the herbs that it contains and also the Pashana Bhed herb that it contains, it is also used in edema, ascites, then the urological disorders like polyuria, urolithiasis, nephritis, dysuria, urinary stones, inflammation in the urinary tract, infection in the urinary tract, retention of urine, burning micturition, acute kidney disorders, and chronic kidney disorders. That's why most of the times we refer or we prescribe U-tone, ketone tablet together. Okay, next slide, please. Then the overall property of U-tone tablet is cold. Then dose is adult 2 tablets twice daily, and in children 1 tablet twice daily, and there are no contraindications as such. Next slide, please. So we will now study case study of ketone and U-tone. So there was a client, Maya, a female of 42 years, and her symptoms when she came to Ayushakti were basically pain in the back, pain, and difficulty in urination. So these were the main symptoms, and concern was also 4 mm kidney stone in left kidney. So she followed the healing path for 3 months, which included the healing path that was prescribed to her was a herbal supplement that included ketone, and along with that, the dietary plan and lifestyle. So in 2 months, the stone had almost vanished. So the 4 mm stone was gone, and there was no back pain and no pain in urination. So whenever there is a calculi, then it leads to, first it affects the passage of urine, and there is a pain in the abdomen, sometimes in the renal angle, and that is the typical pain, which is a radiating pain. So this client was suffering from that, and also pain and difficulty in urination. So all those symptoms that accompanied the stone, they were also vanished. Next slide, please. Then another case study is of this client, Rajeshwari. Rajeshwari is a male of 43 years. And when he came to Ayushakti, his main concerns were burning sensation during urination. And for over 6 months, he was suffering from that, itching at the urethral region, and the urine had foul smell. So these were the main complaints that the client was suffering. So he was prescribed a healing path that included the herbal supplements, mainly ketone and U-tone. Both ketone and U-tone were given in his case, and also a customized diet plan and lifestyle. So the result was that in 2 months, he had 80% improvement. So there was no burning micturition, and there was no foul smell, and the itching also reduced a lot. So basically, the action of U-tone and ketone was the main that helped this client to get better, along with the diet plan, lifestyle, and all the things. But ketone and U-tone helped him, and in 2 months, he had 80% improvement, and all the functions of the urine, the apanavat, was corrected, and he became normal after that. Next slide, please. Yes, so now the challenge activities will be explained by our very wonderful Cornelia. So I ask Cornelia to explain the challenge activity. And namaskar, and thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Komal, for another amazing session today about all these urinary diseases that we can now have an idea how we can help with these infections or these diseases by giving the herbs and the supplements accordingly. So the challenge activity for this week is similar to what we have done in the last few weeks. We used one of these herbal remedies and either observe it on us or on one of our clients, and then share the experience in our path group. And that is the session for today. And I hand it over to Dr. Hemang.
Great session. So it's time for now questions. If you ask questions, then we understand that whatever we are talking is that you get it. It's in your language. You understand our language, our talking.
I have a question, Dr. Herman.
Please.
So we have a lot of gallbladder operations in this country. If somebody comes to you, like they've gone to a Western doctor and they're getting ready to have their gallbladder removed, is that too far gone? Or can they use the herbs and still not have to have gallbladder surgery? Or is it too late by then?
Yes. In this time,
They
it's
have to
very
get their
common.
gallbladder removed?
As many times we are seeing and meeting this type of people who advised for the gallbladder operation to remove gallbladder. It's true. Depending on the size of gallbladder stone, depending if it is mobile or immobile, definitely we can recommend them.
All right.
And we
So-
have many great results, good success, that people advised for gallbladder surgery to remove gallbladder, but after the treatment, the stone has gone completely, has completely crushed, melt, and no more stone in the sonography, ultrasound. Sonography is showing clear.
Okay, what about somebody who has, well, this is with kidney stones. I'm sorry, I'm switching subjects, but I want to go back to the gallbladder. Let me do the gallbladder first. So I did a gallbladder flush, which had to do with, this was what I did. It was a while ago. I drank a whole bunch of lemon juice and I did almost a whole bottle of organic cold pressed olive oil. Like every 20 minutes, I had to do a shot of olive oil and a shot of lemon juice. Now I don't remember exactly in which order I did it because it's been a while. But when my gallbladder and my liver started, expelling all that, I had chunks of, like some of the stuff was like this big coming out. Should I, it was, I don't know what that's from. It looked like gallstones. I just don't know what. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, maybe it is, but what we are doing and
It's different.
our treatment protocol always melt, dissolve the stone, and then it's passing through easily. Not a
Okay.
whole stone is coming out.
All
So,
right.
maybe in that situation, yes, the whole stone we have seen many times coming out from the renal, like a kidney stone. That's we have seen many times from the urethra. It's coming out. People are bringing the stone with them and then in the bottle, and then we have many stones in our Ayurvedic clinic there in the many bottles. Yeah, but that's kidney stone.
Okay.
Dr.
So now
Hemon, may I add something?
Yes, please, Dr. Tom, please.
Yeah, so the gallbladder flush that with the lemon juice and the olive oil can be very dangerous. If someone has a large stone and it's mobile and they get stuck, and then you've got complete blockage of the gallbladder duct. So it can actually lead to really severe problems for some people. So this approach of using the Ayurvedic medicines that help to dissolve the stone without causing this extreme flushing, it's a much safer approach, and it's effective also. So you have to be really careful with those gallbladder flushes because you can have some really severe side effects.
Well, I did it years ago. I haven't done one in many years, but I'm just saying that was what we did back
Sure.
in the early 20s, right? 2000s,
Sure.
right? So
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Good. Thank you, Dr. Tom, for adding this information. Yes, every system and protocol has a different positive and negative signs and the effect. So, but our protocol is like very safe and simple. The melding,
It's good to know.
different.
I like the fact that I now have information to share, that it melts it, makes it soft, melts it, so that it's easier to remove. I think that's great.
Yeah.
And my next question is with kidney stones.
Yeah.
I thought like you you get it here and there, but I have a friend who has chronic kidney stones, just cannot get rid of them at all. They keep coming back.
Yeah.
And this would help with melting them, and to keep, it's kind of like a preventative measure to keep them from even forming.
No, it's again the different story.
Okay.
Need
All
to find out the reason. What is
Okay.
the actual problem? Here we have like discussed about how to remove the stones, kidney stones, or all this. Like these remedies are how useful, but that's a completely different story. That not to form, not to get the stone. So what are the reasons? What is causing? What is the imbalance? Where is the imbalance? What's the where is the problem? Why it is coming again and again? We need to find out, and accordingly we need to work on the root cause, not to get that again.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, welcome. Good.
Joseph has his hands up, and then Jane.
So I wanted to ask, good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
Yes.
I wanted to ask, like, how much extent is the treatment for cirrhosis and hepatitis and viral infections and jaundice? So all of those liver conditions, like people that are, like, how far does the herbal medicine can go? Is it just for controlling the symptoms, or can it actually go beyond and into actually deeper healing in combination with like panchakarma and other stuff? How far can it go with severe liver conditions?
Good question. Now this
Thank you.
answer is not applied to only the liver condition, but any health challenges. The treatment protocols are always depending on the size of problem and chronicity of the problem. What are the other health challenges person is having? There is one person who is having a just initial stage, early stage of cirrhosis, liver cirrhosis. Yes, it's possible just to treat and cure it easily. But there is another person who is having the liver cirrhosis from many years and very severe condition, extreme stage. Maybe we can give only symptomatic relief. It depends on severity and the other condition. Also, according to the condition, we prepare the whole treatment plan. It's not maybe just simple initial stage. Maybe we give only 1 or 2 remedies and some changes in the food. But the other person, maybe we suggest the panchkarma, maybe we give more strict diet. And if the person is in the well and advanced stage, maybe we say just handle it as a symptomatic relief. Don't expect any miracles or cure.
Yeah, but there is some cases, it's kind of quite good to know that there is some cases like that can actually be healed.
Yeah.
Like from hepatitis B, C, people that are being offered having like liver issues and having to like, get a liver transplant. There is some cases that can be actually reversed. It's good to know.
Yes, not so many, but we have. So we cannot claim it always for this type of situation that definitely there will be result. But symptomatic relief for sure they can get, but yes, that the positive to negative turns out, yeah, there are the cases, but only few, not so many.
Yeah.
Even the liver cirrhosis, we have good result in many cases, but the complete cure only in the beginning stage, not in the advance. But
Yeah.
otherwise, jaundice and all those conditions, gallbladder also, stone, and these things are very common. Nature, like many people and many such stories are there.
Because there's probably also the emotional aspect of it and a lot of other things. Okay, thank you. It's good to know.
Good. Thank you.
Jane?
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much. Wonderful class. I have a question on the Haldigan and Haridragon. Are they just two different forms or species of turmeric, or what's the difference between? Can you even understand what I said? I can't pronounce it. The herbs, Haldigan and Haridragon, and one is in Rejuve and the other is in Livtone. They're both curcumina longa. What's
They are both the same actually.
Oh, okay.
Haldi and Haridra are the same names. They are same.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thanks. That's it.
I have actually a question that is actually a personal experience for me that I had during 2 of my 3 pregnancies. I actually experienced kidney stones. And my question is it then safe during the kind of 3rd, 4th, 5th month of pregnancy to take ketone or U-tone in that stage? Because it says no contraindication. But would it be also possible to use it in that stage of pregnancy?
Yeah, safely. If all other parameters and conditions are favorable, supports, then yes, can be taken. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, good. Yes.
Rochelle, and then we have Sanjay.
Thank you. And thank you so much, Dr. Kamal and Dr. Hamang, for this amazing class. I've been playing catch up. And so I was studying this week, lesson 17. And I noted that Amalaki and Ushira were called the same Latin and English names. And I'm wondering which one is correct and which is the name of the other one, whichever it is. So the Latin name for what I think is Amalaki was called Emblica officinalis, but that was the same.
If you go back, actually into lesson 17, there is a corrected document now in the
that I was studying.
Yeah, that was go back. There's a corrected one because that was a mistake on when we created the files that we forgot to. Sometimes when you paste the copies, things like that happen,
Sure. No,
and that wasn't.
Okay,
so
check the PDF has not
one.
been changed. But
it has been changed.
The PDF has not been changed because I was just in there last night. But in the
okay, so
yeah, is it in the lecture note or in the lecture then that it was changed?
The study material has been changed. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I will just write down the Latin names in the chat, okay? Of Ushira and Amal.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay.
Sanjay, and then Arati.
Hello. So can Varun or Livtone be used for a fatty liver?
Yeah. For fatty liver, the main supplement remedy is Toxigo, Ampachak, to remove the fat on the liver, fat deposition on the liver. That is AMA. And to clear those AMA, the Ampachak, Toxigo is the right remedy. But sometimes, or most of the times, because of this fat deposition on the liver function gets disturbed, and so that we need to give Livtone to improve and correct the liver function. So we are giving Livtone plus Ampachak both.
Thank you.
Good.
Alrighty.
All right. So yeah, I just wanted to share that in the past, I've had some right upper quadrant pain for many years, and then off and on it would show up, especially after a fatty meal and pretty much anything like a pizza or so in the past that I ate. And so things like that, it would show up. And that's like the typical sign for gallbladder problems. When an ultrasound was done, it showed that I had gravel. So that was like the early stage of stones, which are like the size of a salt grain or so, or sand. And so I just wanted to say that I was doing smoothies and things like that in the morning for breakfast. And I was putting some omega-3 oils in it. And I was doing some kalonji oil and things like that. I was taking these things more just for general health. I did not know that I was curing anything specific. But after a while, all this gravel was gone. And I was wondering, where did it go? And I did not know that, you know, gravel would dissolve by itself. But basically, all these good things that I was doing, like smoothies and omega-3 oils and things, was really helpful. And basically in all gallstones, there is always fat involved. And so one should see that you get healthy fats. That's one of those things that is also basic in the diet. And to my knowledge, stones which reach around size of 1 centimeter in the gallbladder, those are things that you don't want to be playing with. So if that is an existing thing, then you have to consider if it's, especially if it's getting clogged in some place, it has to be removed. So I would not start the Ayurvedic treatment at this time. You have to already start that before you get to that stage, I would think.
Yeah, good sharing, good information. And this makes also, yeah, sense that every person and every individual is a different, and it's the response from the every body is also, yeah, but always make variation, and there is a variable lot of change depending on the other health condition. Mostly sometimes this helps, sometimes that helps.
Yeah,
but good.
all right, thanks.
Hello, good morning, Dr. Clint.
Hello. Yes. Oh my goodness. I am just loving seeing all of you here. Such bright, beautiful, brilliant people, immersing yourself and nourishing yourself with such powerful information so you could be of such beautiful help to people that come to you. So I just am just loving it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Heman. And thank you, Dr. Komal. Thank you, Cornelia. Thank you, all the amazing staff that have been supporting, and just want to acknowledge each of you. You're doing it. You know, you're making it. And I'm excited to hopefully see you again soon in India for our live event there. So
Yes. Yes, yes. Maybe any questions? Or all are done? Just to
I
let
would,
you know.
I'm not finding my hand. I'll raise my hand. So this is really a cool lesson for me, because it's talking about the most important herbs for the functioning of the liver that my dad has been taking for reversing his liver cancer. And so to be able to actually understand these are the ones and the actions for helping support the liver, and that the toxigo is removing the from the liver. And and then I also have, learned a little bit about the ones for shaving off the tumor and different things. So it's really fun actually learning about these things, and that the tumor is shrinking. And so, the doctors have said that, it's like either not shrinking fast enough for them or whatever. So he's got scheduled for a one-time chemotherapy to direct right at that. And I've got additional herbs, what we're supposed to be doing to help protect him from having any side effects to that chemo. And I think it's very interesting when you're working with those more serious diseases that we have tools that can help in whatever he decides to do, which part Western medicine and which part working with the Ayushakti herbs and Dr. Steve and Dr. Ronak, that it's like helping him do what is comfortable so that he knows he's taking care of his condition. And so I think regardless of what stage somebody is in, they can always start this. And if they're doing Western medicine, then you can ask for what to be doing with the Ayushakti things at the same time.
Yeah. This Ayurvedic remedies, Ayurvedic treatments, also along with the changes in the food, sometimes makes a miracle. Unbelievable results we have seen and we are seeing. Yeah. Depending on, again, the situation, every individual is different, is unique. Good, that there is always possibility that we can get a good result. And normally, many times we have seen that. Normally, where the normal school medicine, Western medicines, allopathic science stops, finish, then Ayurveda starts. It's a power of Ayurveda, Siddhaveda. Because Ayurveda has a many different tools. Sometimes only home remedy with diet, along with remedies, herbal remedies, marma, panchkarma, so many things. Yes, it's quite possible. And in such conditions, always to need to go more in the deep, and to understand, to find out the root cause and to treat them. Good, thank you.
We have more questions here from Helen and then Radu.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Dr. Ramon. Hello, Dr. Kamal. I have a question that's not related to this class, if that's possible that I ask it, but I think it's relevant for everyone.
Yes.
I had actually yesterday night a situation that I took the pulse of a very good friend of mine, and I know that he knows that he had a cancer, but yesterday when I took it, it was very much like jumping, like way more than 6 months ago. And I would say he's quite in denial, and I don't have a medical background, but I happen to know that when I take the pulse, I really recognized was really this 3 dosha jumping. I know how Western medicine deals with this, how they can say that at the face of people, and it was yesterday night, and I just were like something told me to told him like softly, that's what I feel in the pulse. But I would love to know, how does Ayurveda deal with this when you have an insight in something, and how you bring about the awareness to the people that maybe there is something that needs to be changed really now. and really to say the thing, because I don't want not to say anything and play around, but at the same time not to bring more fear in it. So I'm sure Ayurveda has a really good way of dealing with it. And I would be really thankful if you could share your wisdom with us.
I appreciate you for putting your efforts, and it's also a matter of courage to see this type of the people. It needs always a lot of practice. More and more practice sharpen our skills. Skills not only about the pulse, but how to go in the detailed history, asking the detailed questions, and how to handle the different situations. And that is what always we ask everyone, or all the even we all doctors at Ayush Shakti, or every one of you, that join us while doing the consultation, online consultation or physical consultation. When we are here, you are here, seeing and listening the question answer, and how we handle different type of the people with the different unique health challenge, sometimes simple health challenge, sometimes complicated. And we are going to do, we will have the special session on this subject about how to read the pulse and how to diagnose with the help of mentors online. So you are checking the pulse, mentor is there along with you online, available, talking about the, explaining about the pulse to the mentor, and mentor will tell you, check for this, check this, and you will get more deeper experience. Then together you make a treatment plan. How to do that? How is possible that we will have the special session by Dr. Smita on this month, on 17th December. So next to next Saturday, we will have the class about that. Special request from Dr. Smita that everyone in this class, please be available and be ready with, invite 1 or 2 friends of you, besides you, they are sitting, and so you can have some practice on them. Exactly what Dr. Smita is asking to do, that demo can be done that time if someone is next to you, sitting you. So the more people sitting with you, you can have more practice. So it's a message from Dr. Smita, request from the Dr. Smita that please arrange as many as people along with you on 17th December, when she is going to explain the technique, how to learn the pulse with online support from the mentor. So we will have the more detailed understanding about this on next to next Saturday, the same time, Saturday class. Okay.
Radu, what is your question?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Dr. Hemang, I would like to ask you because you mentioned that allopathic medicine, when it stops, then the Ayurveda starts. And it came to my mind that there is some situation like a gallbladder stone, which somebody has a crisis of, and he's in a situation that he has to go to hospital, or I mean a dire straight situation, and he could not go to the hospital. What we could do at that point? Same for let's say I call that. I don't have the name right now, but at least for this, is it a possibility to go and use something right away in this situation?
Yes. Again, just to understand the statement correctly, let me correct. Most of the time, when the Western science, Western medical systems not able to help, then Ayurveda has a possibility to help. Means many situations like psoriasis, many autoimmune conditions, many such like things, rheumatism, many such situations are there where they will say that there is no cure, no possibility. But Ayurveda has a fortunately the very powerful tool like a panchkarma, detox. With the help of that, we have effectively helped to so many people. So in that terms, we can say that. But the condition which, and that you mentioned about the gallbladder stone and pain, it's an acute condition. In that situation, normally need to take the help from allopathy only. Because in that emergency situation, only allopathy can help. Allopathy has an answer. Allopathy has a solution. When they don't have a solution, means in the such condition like a health challenges like autoimmune or special situations. Not to consider in this. Suppose if I get heart attack, I need to rush to the hospital only. I cannot just rely on this Ayurveda. At that moment, I must take some allopathy medication. Then later on, I check what is the possible, what the cause, how to handle from the root cause. Maybe it is possible to handle natural way, or maybe need to take some support from allopathy. We are not against of the allopathy, but there is a possibility that we can handle many such unbelievable situation with Ayurvedic approach. We are friendly with allopathy. We have the always, we ask every client of us that you must continue your allopathy medication. Don't stop. Even if it is necessary after 3 months, after 6 months, when you will have a next control follow-up meeting with your doctor, when your doctor will see the improvement, maybe he will think about reducing or stopping. We will not say, we will not ask to stop.
Thank you very much.
And yeah, good. Nice, nice. So,
are there any other questions, or can we move to what Dr. Hemang announced at the beginning that he would like to talk about today?
Yes. So first, like to invite everyone for a special session by Suyogi, one of a high practica in Germany, Berlin. And I believe that every one of us knowing her. She is one of successful practitioners, and has a good experience of Ayurveda from the years. She has done a lot of practice, clinical practice, along with Dr. Naram. She is going to talk about her experience, how to build successful practice, how to have many repeats of every clients. Maybe we all have experienced this challenge, that repeat visit of client is a challenge. Follow, to bring clients for follow-up is a big challenge. What is it doing? And what is like some secrets she learned from Dr. Naram, and she's doing and following in her practice. She's going to talk about this on Thursday, 8th December. And timings are like a 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time, and follow. So that is one thing. Second thing is about the 17th December, we will have a special session by Dr. Smita. I already spoken about and explained about. And now, another big announcement, information about our next year India visit. So today, first, we will share the information about what we have planned for this education week. What is going to happen in this 7 days? Let me explain with the PowerPoint. So we have already started receiving the knowledge, also started doing, applying, and the ultimate goal is to become and reach in the being stage. And for that, we are doing everything, all what we are always doing, a lot of efforts together that to achieve our goal. We will have another big team. We expect this time that double than this in 2023. No one should laugh from this picture. We want to have everyone in this group all be there in the this education week in India. First, we have think that we will give again the time for revision, what we have done in the last education week about all the detailed pulse, explaining and doing lots of practice. The all pulse principles, logic, tapes, how to find all different conditions, what we have already discussed in the last session, means last time India visit. We will repeat it, everything in the detail. Again, we will have more practice. Then we will see few more pulse like cardiac, autoimmune condition, kidney problem, liver problem, emotional trauma from the pulse. How to find them? We'll do lot of practice together, not only workshop, but we are planning to keep 2 full days for the pulse only. Then we are learning and we are attending all this education to help the society, to help others. But at the same time, we may have also possibility that we may have some pain. We may have some personal problems, emotional problems. Maybe that's disturbing our life, our conscious, our existence, not allowed to focus or concentrate in the practice or in the work, what we want to do. How to experience the happiness, how to experience the satisfaction, what to do, how to heal them. Beyond the medicine level, beyond the Ayurvedic approach, what is the another approach can be? On this subject, we will have a special session by one of the international spiritual master. He will give us information, techniques, tips. We are going to learn marma points, different marma points. Marma points that we have not seen the last time. Now we will have this time few more new things we will learn to improve our memory, sharpness, concentration, how to control the blood pressure naturally, how to support our emotional level, improve eye function, eye health, how to control diabetes naturally with marma, and also for the addiction. Also, we will have some session, some practical experience, really practical about some of the panchkarma therapy that every one of us can do, possible to do at your place, and useful for the people. Therapy for skin, in that we are seeing the leech. What is that leech? How it is useful, where it is useful, where it works, in which kind of the disease. Netrabasti, kind of fit massage, nerve relaxation treatment, knee dhara for the joints, all different things are very much possible to do at your end, at your clinic, at your practice. Then we will do. We will be there. We will do together a yagna, a puja, Dhanvantari puja, a fire. This will help to remove all the obstacles from our life, personal life, to bring lot of happiness. Dr. Narum was used to do this yagna regularly. We call it as a Rudra Yag and Dhanvantari Pujan together. So bringing happiness as well, wealth, health, and happy. Remove all obstacles from our life. We will not only seeing them, but everyone will participate, will do this sitting in the yagna, puja, will do for their own and for families and friends and everything. Every one of us will share their own experience of this 1 year journey, good or bad, challenging or complicated, different experience. Learning from each other. This time we have planned a special recipes, kind of the Sansarjan Kram, the useful recipes. Now, most of us or every one of us knowing about the mung soup and vegetable soups and khichdi and all, but now we are going to show you all the different recipes useful as part of Sansarjan Kram. And then we will go to the garden again. But this time, maybe you all will explain. You will be the mentor. You will be the guide. You will identify the plant and showing and explaining to the group. You will lead the group. Always the confusion. After receiving lots of knowledge, how to utilize. Lot of knowledge is already there. Information is already there. Now it's time to set the practice, to get so many clients, how to get them. It's not only the marketing always, but naturally. What else can be done? We will understand. We will have another special session by special legend. Experienced person will explain us, guide us. We welcome you. We are waiting for you all. As Dr. Clint has already mentioned the dates in between few weeks before. So normally we are going to go with that same date. We will have more information soon. Today it was a chance and possibility to share the plan of the week. Thank you. Yes.
So I have a question.
Arati, do you have a question? Yeah.
Yes, so the location, is that still unclear or?
It's a Mumbai. It's a
Okay,
clear. It's a very much clear going to be here.
okay. And so I assume that the hotel is not yet clear, or also, I mean, is it going to be the same place where we were all in the second hotel, or the first one, or some place else? Or
Yeah. So normally we are still trying to have the same venue like last time for the education. The venue that we had for the education.
Okay.
For the Panch Karma, still it is not completely clear, but depending on the number of people, like we have a two possibility. We will have a two possibility. One, if we will have space in Mumbai clinic, in the clinic rooms, then there. Otherwise, the Goa. So after education week, people who wants to do the Panchkarma, wants to stay for the Panchkarma for a few more weeks or whatever, can go to the Goa and stay there.
Okay. All right. So that was my second question, which basically about adding Panchkarma to the education week. And so then that would be in Goa.
Yeah, possibility of Goa or Mumbai, both. But Mumbai, only right now we have planned only at the clinic place. In the clinic only, okay? Not the like last time other hotel.
Okay.
As of now, no. But depending on the number of people.
Okay. All right, perfect. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Yes. Yes. Any questions? Anything more? We are very excited to have you all again here. And this time, everyone. We are preparing still information, more detailed information about the whole program. We'll put it together and we'll share it, we'll post it in the groups about the whole agenda. But if time permits, depending, we have still many more things. We kept it as a on the like other list. If we'll get a chance, we will talk something about the software. We will explain you how to use this Ayush Shakti software for the practitioners. Depending on the like a time and everything, we will do that, because 7 days actually we want to have this education weeks as a 14 days.
And I would just say that is so exciting. It is so fun to see the presentation. I know everyone who went last time said it was life-changing, and I'm really hoping that everyone makes an effort, if at all possible, to be there. I think that the depth of learning face-to-face and that kind of immersive experience and having that level of practice, it really probably can only happen in India at the clinic itself. And so the fact that Dr. Heman, I want to, again, big thank you to Dr. Heman, Dr. Kamal, Dr. Tushar, Dr. Smita, all the doctors who have put together so much effort to make it not only these sessions, but then that we can have this immersive experience is so priceless. So I just thank you for creating that. And I'm excited to see so many of you there. I know when we put out in the WhatsApp group, who wants to come, we have to get more than a certain number. Otherwise we have to cancel or postpone it. And we got more than that amount saying, yes, I'm committed. I want to be there. I mean, he's so happy. Because I mean, when I came on this call right now and I see your faces, I just feel so much love for people who are choosing to do this. And you're learning by doing. And learning by doing means sometimes we make mistakes, or sometimes the task presented to us exceeds our own capacity or knowledge or whatever. But you're doing it. That's the way to learn. We learn to ride a bike. Sometimes we fall and we get bruised and scraped, and then we get back on the bike, and then we learn a little bit better. Okay, here's how I pedal. Here's how I stay stable. And, or riding a horse or flying a plane or anything. Everything is learnable, but just have to start the process, and you're doing it, and learning by doing that changes your being. I just want to also thank those in the PATH program that helped recently, are helping those as DDFs, detox, delicious detox friends, those that are walking through. You're learning by doing it. You're helping walk people through the process of detox. And then we have an upcoming review of the 100-day course, and we'll have some new people joining. There could be some opportunities for PATH practitioners to join that in a way that you'll learn it through the eyes of helping someone else learn it. Like I love in the India program, you'll be teaching what are the herbs. You'll be guiding, what does this herb do? When you teach something, you learn it on such a deeper level. And so even if you don't know it 100%, you don't know it completely, just by committing yourself to be a part of the teaching process, it goes deeper inside of you, and then you learn it in such a deep way. So, for all the things that are happening in this program, I'm just celebrating you in this moment. Thank you, Dr. Hemon. Thank you, everyone, for continuing to choose and saying yes. Yes, because what you're doing is fulfilling the dream of not only Dr. Ram, but masters through the ages. They're hoping and excited for this knowledge to spread in all the planet. And you are the manifestation of that. So I hope you feel supported. And if there's anything that I personally can do to support you, I'm more than happy to. But thank you again. I just want to thank you again, Dr. Hemon. Man, let's put our hands together for Dr. Hemon. Thank you for showing up so fully and loving us. We love you, and we're with you, Dr. Hemon. We love you, and we're
hands
with you.
together for all of us. It's just because of all of us, not even a single. No, it's great. Yeah, it's a love from each other. It's motivating and inspiration always. Many days actually we are working on this and that, and wanted to share this information, but we were not clear about the venue and this and that. Now nearly 90% everything clear. So it's the right time now to share this information about the agenda. So now very soon in next week, we will have the venue and the dates. Dates are almost final, like as Dr. Clint has announced earlier, 3rd April to 9 April, like this. And yeah, all information we'll have very soon. And just we wish that everyone in this, we want to see everyone in that group photo with Dr. Clint on the front.
Thank you, Dr. Hemon. I also want to say, we have there's something that happens when you immerse yourself in healing stories, and when you invite your patients or people you love or your family. So tomorrow's Sunday immersion call, or tomorrow's Sunday Global Healing Miracle call, we have on Katie Amodio, who you can see she's standing next to a wheelchair that she was bound to for almost 23 years. So much pain, and lots of times the people that you're working with, even hearing the questions that you're asking about liver challenge or whatever, people face pain. And when you have so much pain and you don't have a solution, it can feel overwhelming and depression can come. And her story is so powerful because really it was in the first couple of weeks, but in the last 2 years, she went from being in a wheelchair to now walking 6 miles up 1,000 feet of elevation to a glacier with her family with no consequences at the end. At the end of hiking or doing any activity like gardening or walking from room to room, she'd experience an exhaustion afterwards. And she is so full of life. She's co-hosting the call tomorrow. So if you know anyone that's been in pain and wants to have some hope that there's a possibility, I invite you. Every Sunday, we have special musical guests and specially planned stories, so that, I don't know if you've noticed this, but there's some change happening in the planet, and there's a lot of suffering. There's a lot of people experiencing big transitions. And even in people I'm seeing on this call, you may be noticing you're experiencing some big transition. Some heaviness has been on your shoulders, some heaviness on your heart. and getting hit by so many angles, financially, health-wise, so many things, maybe feeling like you're a fraud or wondering if you're going the right direction, or so many things like this can come. I just want to say there is possibility that within the seeds of every heartache, difficult situation, heartbreak, challenge, every challenge, trial, heartbreak has within it the seeds of equal or greater benefit. And so on these Sunday inspiration calls, it's such a perfect opportunity to nourish and immerse yourself in the possibility of deeper healing and the stories. And if you have a story you want to share, or one of the people you've been working with has a story they want to share, that's another way in which to expand the contagious healing. So tomorrow I'm really, really excited. And again, if you know anyone that's suffering from pain and feeling a loss of hope, this is such a great experience to bring them, immerse them in that. And then something happens from conscious. Dr. Om says there's conscious mind, subconscious, and superconscious. Our conscious mind may know something, but there's so many conflicts in there, you know? But when you immerse yourself in that experience, like when you've been coming to the clinics of all the different doctors who've been coming, or you come on these calls, like something happens when you hear story after story after story. It increases something that's intangible, that doesn't come from your left logical brain. It comes from a different thing, a different experience that's mystical and magical. And it's one of the gifts of being human. It's one of the gifts of being in this particular Siddha Veda practice, is that we understand it's not just about the mechanics of things. It's about the really the magic of the human soul, the human spirit, of getting clear on what do you want and knowing there's a path to it instead of focusing on what we don't want. So yeah, to hear Katie's story, or hear her as a co-host, to hear many of the other stories, just be immersed. And we're keeping the Sunday calls now to 1 hour. So then you don't have to worry. We're doing our best to do this as well. So that was just another, from my heart to your heart, gift of love. And I just want to say, I love each of I really do. I feel when I look at when I see the people from all over the world, Radu, Romania, Arati in Germany, and when I see Pilar in Spain, and people from Finland and France and Switzerland and Canada and all over the US and South America and Spain, and Satu. And I just love seeing you here. It makes me so happy. And Renara in France, and Sanjay, who was part of the original training with Dr. Naram, and Deborah Ann, and Pilar, your mom, and Kirti and Jan and Susie and Helena and Anya, Rochelle, oh my goodness, Nushrat, my goodness, Robin, Irma, just makes me so happy. Joseph, I just can't believe the path. There's no accident you're on this path. There's no accident that you're here now. And just trust that. And anytime that you feel like, I even get to points where I get overwhelmed or exhausted, or, even sometimes having so much success can do that, but also sometimes difficult moments can come. But I just want you to know you're not alone. You're not alone. One of the best things about this whole experience for me is this amazing community that is really letting love guide you. And so never lose sight of that. And Dr. Susan and Dr. Tom and Renee, so good. Sonia, Nadia, Afsena, Marie, and Nora, Diego, Andrea, Mariam, Jaina, Maret, Heidi, Jacob, Anita.
Louis
Just so
from
cool.
India, Louis
India.
from India.
Oh yeah, wow. Who in India now?
Yeah, she's in India. I used to
Wow, that is so beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Heman, again. Thank you everyone for being here. And this season is sometimes very difficult for people, especially for whatever reason. Because there's lots of expectations around the holidays, and sometimes people don't have family. Sometimes their health is going down. Sometimes they lost their job. The economy is going through crazier things than we've seen, and it could get worse, So why not in this moment offer contagious hope, contagious healing, contagious love? What you're doing matters. What you're doing matters so much. So thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for choosing this path. Thank you for choosing love.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Dr. Klein, for creating this opportunity, this possibility.
So, Dr. Hemang, I just wanted to ask about the town in Goa where the Panchkarma is going to be.
Yes, we will mention all those information as well. The venue in possible venue in Goa and also in Mumbai. All.
It's not yet set. Okay, all right. Okay, thanks.
Yes.
Thank you very much also, Dr. Clint, and amazing speech. Yes, thank you for reminding that we're all on the right path. So it helps because sometimes it does get hard when you're learning more and more and more. And that picture was very suitable with all those little bits of information all around, and you really tend to get overwhelmed. Thanks.
Thank you all. Love you all. Thank you. We will see us again on 8th December with Suyogi. And then on 17th December with Dr. Smita. Thank you. Thank you all.
I love you and I'm with you.
Love
It's
you.
the 10th of December, or is it going to be on a Thursday?
Thursday, December 8th. December
Okay.
8th, Thursday, Suyogi call.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Cornelia. Thank you, Dr. Kamal. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Clint, for your surprise visit. Thank you.